Hey everyone, sorry, let's go live now. Hope everyone's doing okay. We got a few people here. We do have the Podracer drop today. Star Wars, it's all good. Hold on, I gotta pull up all my windows here. I'm a little discombobulated here. Um I don't know if everyone knows. I know we don't have many people here, but VeVe community lost another friend last night, and a lot of people were dealing with it to try to save him. And unfortunately, we weren't able to. So, you know, if anyone wants to talk about, anything like that, being depressed or whatever, I'll talk a little bit about myself. I'll get into that. Um, but first, let's see what we've got going on here. We've got Christopher in the house. He was here earlier. Good to have you here. Let me know. I don't know how many people are going to be actually going for this job. I don't have much prepared for because of everything that was going on. But just to take a quick look here, we do have the pod racers. They are going to have a free matching base with them. And if you get any of the any three, and I'll show you right here from VeVe, this is what they say. If you get any three, you're going to get to craft this grand arena. So keep that in mind too. We'll just go back to here so you can see this. There's going to be 2019 of the Anakin. I'm sorry, I'm not 2019. 1999, which of course is when the movie was released. With these being first shown, this one is going to have also 1,999. Then we're going to have two more here that are 1,019, 1,019, and then we're going to have the pit droid, which has 519. It's going to be 30 gems for these. That's going to end up being the chaser. So, yeah, keep that in mind. I don't know how many people are going to go for this. I'll get a pull up. Like I said, I'm kind of out of it today, so I apologize. What's going on, Alejandro? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being a member. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, bro. I'm just here to hang out, skipping drop. Yeah, I think I might be skipping this drop. Let me go ahead and put up a poll. I'm so down on my gems. It's crazy. I'm down to like 160. Or is it 580, I think, when I started this whole thing. Are you going for a pod racer today? You can go ahead and fill that out and let people know what you're going to do. Let's see here. Majin, good to see you. Appreciate everything you did to help yesterday. But you thank you. Well, it was really an everything thing. And the whole, being in this business, you don't want to farm engagement with something like this, which is why I kind of had to back off a little bit when they were doing some of the announcements and stuff like that. But there was a lot of help. It was everyone in the community came together to, I guess, try to find out who the person's name was. I mean, I guess I can say, it's Wayne. I'm not going to go over his real name. Wayne was a funny guy. He had a daughter, and but he had been sick and got sick a lot, I guess, in the last 5 months, and decided he couldn't take it anymore. But it was good to see the VeVe fam come together, and just try to help, try to be as quick as possible to get the police, to get the information we needed. People were able to find the license plate, ended up getting the phone numbers and everything. It was very difficult time. In fact, I was at a family event and I just went to another room and just kind of, try to stay on top of this and see, what we could all do. So yeah, Mass Omi, good to see you. Good morning, all. Rob Cooks, good to see you. Yeah, Wayne, I mean, it's the guy, and you can go look him up. I'm not going to pull up his Twitter or anything, but he was a funny guy. He was very involved in the community. A lot of people know him way more than I do. And so, when you see a tweet, somebody, you hope it's somebody just calling out for help, and it looks like it was already a situation that had happened. At least that's what I believe. And so it's just very sad. It's very sad. So if you do see somebody out there, sad or asking for help, don't glaze over it. Definitely engage. In fact, there was somebody else who had said they were going through depression, and I reached out to them. I told a few other people, So yeah, you just gotta like be there for everyone. Denny OC, ahoy, ahoy, scream friends, very sad, unfortunate, sending love and prayers to his friends and family and all affected. Rest in peace. Absolutely. Yeah, he posed, it was really good content. And in fact, like the saddest part is I was, going through his content and just the day before he's like, he just bought another Superman and he, with his bowl of noodles and his daughter and wife were there. And, you just never know. People, can kind of hide depression or not feeling good, or whatever. And I'll talk about myself because I've had my struggles. It's not all roses for anyone. In fact, I believe most people have episodes of mental illness or depression, and just a lot of people don't get it checked out. Good, Evan. Good to see you. Yeah, poor fellow. When buddy of mine did that over a year ago. Sorry to hear about that at 44. No kids, but was going through a lot medically. Never a good situation for sure. Yeah, and condolences to his family. Um, yeah. So I've, I myself have gone through periods. I have my own health issues, and I don't want this to be about me, but just knowing that whether it was because of a medical issue that threw me into a depression or feeling hopeless or some mental issue, I've gone through them. I've taken antidepressants. I've gone to shrinks or I shouldn't call it a shrink or a psychologist to get help. But yeah, I mean, when you get into a bad place, that's usually the time that you don't get help. Because I remember, I don't know, 12 years ago, I got into a deep depression. And of course, I didn't want to get help. And it was just like, you can't do anything. It's very hard. So, again, just reach out to people, your friends, family. If you know somebody who's kind of a loner and, maybe just reach out to them today and just say you're there. Because sometimes that's all it takes. It's sad when people make a permanent decision for something that's probably temporary. And I know he's going through a lot of pain, and I hope he's in peace now. But he had a lot of friends that were reaching out to him. And so I feel like if he had known that, maybe it would have been different. Maybe it would have been different. All right, let's see who else is there. Pasternak, what's going on with Wayne on X? Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away. So, and if you want, you can go out and check it out. I know Big A, he's down there. He just posted something. VeVe Magic and VeVe Bam Bam have some information out there if you want to go look at it. Duck and Cover, good to see you. Yeah, it was basically he was not happy because he was sick and he didn't want to be a burden on anyone. And he was not a burden. Nobody's a burden. Nobody else. Big A, hey, good to see you, man. It's funny that his name was Bruce Clark Kent because he had same duality and posted both wholesome family content, but also very inappropriate memes that were hilarious. I'm personally going to miss him. Yeah, and that's what you were talking about in your tweet. You can go back and kind of see he's just kind of a fun guy. You may have heard of, I think it was April 30th, or I think it was April 29th. He happens to be the guy that dropped that partner statue for $1 because he had been going through what he said was that he almost died, and he did that for the community. And here we are, whatever, 20 days later. And, I wish I could have done more. I wish it could have been there 5 minutes earlier before his post, or everyone who knew him better than me. It was just like, I don't know. It's really, I'm not happy about it. It's very sad. I just got here. Sorry, I see you're already talking about it. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's something to talk about. Getting old sucks. That is true. Big A 100, 100. Good to see you, Casey BMW. Yeah, the thing is never be afraid to talk about these things. This whole macho thing where it's, nobody has, oh, I'm perfect. I don't, I'm not depressed. I mean, I've known people who won't get help for stuff like that. And it's a situation. If you're in a bad place, there really is help. There's help to get that bad feeling away. There's help to talk through it. And people, it's important to do that. But again, just reaching out to people maybe you haven't heard from in a while. Maybe they're alone. Maybe they have a family. You just never know. That one call could be the thing that just helps pick up the day, even if they weren't going to do anything major. it's something to keep in mind with your friends if you haven't reached out to them in a while. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear this, bro. When I lost my vision, I've been dealing with serious depression for quite some time. Yeah, and I know I I completely believe that. And Sean, sorry about I know about your vision issues, losing your vision. Um, and absolutely, that would be a very difficult situation. But I think that you have found happiness in life with that disability, even as hard as it is. And it doesn't mean it's not going to come back. I mean, with me, my depression comes and goes. You just never know. Some things can trigger it. Sometimes it's just what it is. But in with a health situation, that's got to be really hard. But hopefully you're dealing with it like you have. It's good to see you here. It's always good to have you here. So, and I know you've got friends out there and you got friends here. So it's good to have you here. Not lying, cried twice today, just thinking of his kid. I have a daughter and I feel very strongly for that poor kid. Me too. It was yesterday. I got off with the police and they were going to be able to go look. And I was it was kind of happy tears. Like maybe they're going to be able to go save him, but yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen. But very sad, especially thinking about his daughter and of course his wife. And I know he loved his daughter. I mean, she was in a lot of his pictures and posts. So yeah, very sad. Masteroni, good to see you, man. We'll be, of course, doing our VeVe live this week. Today, I know we've got this drop here, so I apologize, and we'll go over it here if you have any questions. But I figured, we could talk about this. I know it's not a fun subject, but I think it's important. I think it's important. Digital Vibes, good to see a lot of people, especially men, suffer in silence. I didn't know him well, but I remember some of his posts were always wholesome. They were fun and funny. And, you know, again, we can easily hide behind ourselves, right? Like we can put out this face to the public, or even if it's just on Twitter, and you see, this is why I kind of hate social media, because everyone shows off only the good side, right? And I mean, this is a situation I went through years ago, watching people on Facebook. Oh, I have this great life, and here you go. And I was in a situation where I visited Florida once a month. How exciting, right? Like I could have posted the beach and all this, but if you knew the true story, I was visiting because that's where my son was. And that's how I got to see him. So it wasn't, it was happy to see him, but it wasn't like some great experience. So, like, you put out this fake life, or a lot of people do, and it makes you feel like your life sucks. And the reality is most people's lives are difficult and it's not as good as what they're showing. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at other people saying they've got lots of stuff, or they've got a nice car, or whatever. Don't let that get to you, because a lot of it might even be fake, or there's suffering behind the scenes. Kind of went off on a rant there. I apologize. My wife is a nurse and deals with this type of thing quite often. I don't know how she does. Yeah, that would be very difficult. Very difficult. Delco Dude, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well, and definitely check out Delco Dude's content. It's good to have you here. Yeah, don't I told Big A. I mean, I shouldn't even talk about it. Just this whole thing makes me feel uncomfortable, because I don't want to and really get my name too much involved in this. I just wanted to help. One of the things I learned in college, I studied sociology and psychology, but this is more sociology. Big groups of people, when they see something like this, most people just don't do anything. And it's just like when they've done studies where they'll have like somebody in the street hurt, and they'll have hundreds of people walk by before one person helps. So I've always been the type of person who just jumps, but it wasn't like even close to just me. There were hundreds of people helping, looking through posts, getting all that stuff was as important, if not more important, to find out license plates and getting the name and all of that is just a couple phone calls. So, but yeah, hoping Rob Cook saying, I'm hoping in the next 5 to 10 years, with the rise of AI and tech, we'll have cures to a lot of illness. Yeah, absolutely. And just to be able to have somebody out there to help you or talk to, or in a situation like this, that's probably what he needed, was just somebody to talk to. So again, like if somebody is reaching out, or you sent something, DM them. Like I said, there was one other person out there that kind of put out they were depressed or whatever. So I sent them a DM to saying, look, I'm here. We're here for you. Even I don't even know the person, just part of the community. um it's important to just do that. And we're a close knit community, and I will say this is the best thing that happened out of all of it. There were a lot of the fudders and people who maybe don't love the community anymore, but everyone came together. Everyone, people who like you wouldn't have expected to come out for the VV fam, and they did. And so that to me was one of the good things that came out of this. Still super, super sad, but it was good to see a lot of the people that may have made life difficult on VV, but they understood how real this was, and so that was pretty impressive. Matthew, good to see you. One problem is there were lots of people with the Bruce Wayne handle on multiple social media platforms, X and Discord and YouTube. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that's difficult without a name, without any like yeah, I couldn't, when I first called, it's like all I've got is his name on Twitter or on X, and it's like we can't do anything. So then I went back to the drawing board, and and with everyone else, and people started posting those license plates and all of that stuff. So then there was more, and then they were able to go to one address. They checked it out. Um, and they weren't able to get in, so she's like, we really need family, because obviously they couldn't talk to me too much. And there were other people calling who also called the different police departments or the Orange County Sheriff's Department. um but finally got more information, and then they checked the second location, Garden Grove, which is where he ended up being. Yeah, Wapman, it's good to see you. Definitely a tough one. um yeah, it's really like, I don't know what to say. I know everyone's kind of like down who's read it or saw about this. It was just a very sad situation. So, we can't change what happened, but what we can do is, help the next person. Or if you're in chat, like I said, uh, I've talked about my depression, and I've had both, for medical reasons for that, and then just like mental health. So it happens. Yeah, Dacian Pena, good to see you. Matthew, I've been following him since his last account, so already knew his real name. So we are able to, as a group, to find him pretty quick. Just not fast enough. Absolutely. Yeah. And Big A put something out there, and then told me about it. And you could just see everyone was going to work on it. So it was a very, very sad situation. But it was pretty fast. It was pretty fast. It was fast as we could go. So yeah, Big A is definitely big part of that. So thank you for that. VV, good to see you, man. Now this pod racing craft, Mas Espa for 0 gems with store purchase. That's right. So just to go over that real quick. This again, if you're going for today, and you get all you can get any three, but remember, store purchases only. They're $29.99. Any three of these, you can have doubles or whatever. You're gonna get the Grand Arena. And here I'll just show you at the bottom what that looks like. I mean, if you get this pit droid, that's going to be pretty good on today's drop. There's 501 or 519 out of what's he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000. So it's still going to be kind of hard, but you're going to get this if you get all three. So should be pretty good. And by the way, I do have a giveaway. We'll give that out today. I know I'm not very prepared for today, so I don't even have minty fresh numbers, so I apologize for that. Just remember those last minutes. So thank you, VV, and thank you for the giveaway today. It's 9:49, so we'll get that started here soon. Ronnie Lido, good to see you, man. Yo, yo, yo. Hope you're doing okay. Let's see. He was an advanced medical mind. The choice he made may have been the right one. He was a pharmacist, and I hate to see people who are in pain make that decision. We don't know his situation. Um, it's difficult. And so, I don't think necessarily that's always the right decision. When people get really old, there are situations where people do that. Um, but he must have been in a lot of pain. And, if we haven't experienced that, then we can't know. But I just hope that if there's somebody out there that's in that type of pain and you feel hopeless, to reach out to somebody, reach out to us, and, know that, there are options out there. People will help. Yeah, when you're terminally ill, you may make that same choice. Absolutely, Tucson, that's absolutely right. So I don't want to take away, from his pain, or I believe he was a diabetic. He was a pharmacist, and I he knows his situation better, and this he thought was the choice. That was the choice he made. My collectible, it's good to see you. Simply devastating. You never know what someone is going through. Prayers for his family. Absolutely. And that's the big thing. You really don't. You could see people happy, or lots of money, or whatever, and they're not happy at all, so again, that's one of the terrible things about social media is we see all these people, again, only showing the best parts of their life, and life is just not like that. Life is freaking hard. It can suck, and it can go through periods of long time, months of sucking. But even the times that I've had bad, or talking to other people, you get through them. But sometimes are harder than others. I've been through some very difficult times, as I suspect most people have difficult times in their life. Let's see. I've been blessed and lucky enough to have a great support system in my life now, including a lot of you all here. Appreciate you all every day for interaction. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We're here for each other. We hang out. We know each other. Maybe we don't know each other like a best friend, but we're acquaintances. We're friends, and we really get attached to each other. So Denny, see, definitely true. So much less fudders than a few years back. Truly, a close family has come out of VeVe. Crazy how this has developed. Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. I'm in isolation quite often because of no family, no friends. I'm about to lose my home because of my finances, and I really do need to talk to somebody. Well, Graz, we are here. And by the way, you can reach out to me. You've got my DM. So I'm sorry to hear that, man. Uh, and I'm serious. Please reach out to me and DM me, and we can have a conversation. Um, and a lot of people don't know. You said it earlier that you lost your sight, and that's got to be difficult. I did not realize you didn't have family. You have friends. You've got friends here. I'm sorry about that. So please reach out to me, and anyone out there who knows Graz, maybe reach out to him also. But don't give up. I know, like, it's hard for me to say that with my support system, although I wouldn't say it's huge. Um, there are a lot of people that don't have family or don't have friends, but you do have friends here. And like I said, reach out to me, brother. Everything's going to be okay. Even with the situation of losing your house, and I know how difficult. There's been other people in the community I've talked to who've got really low, kicked out of their house, living out of their car, and I hope you're not in that situation. um but they've gotten through it. So please reach out, and I'm sorry to hear that. Sean, please really do reach out to me. I've hit bottom and then rock bottom. God tells me the same thing every time. Get up, keep doing what you're doing, have faith. Yeah. And look, faith can be very important to get out of these things. Um, again, like in Graz's situation, just having a support system, even if it's not maybe physical, can make all the difference. Um, being hopeless, or having financial issues, or whatever. I've gone through it all. I've gone through it all. And a lot of people have too. So, what's good? Shanks, so good to see you. It must have been awful for what pain Ewan was going through. Yeah, it's very sad for what happened, but I'm happy he's no longer suffering and at peace. And I guess that's the big thing we can take out of it. I mean, it just stinks. I feel so bad for his wife and his daughter. But if he was in so much pain, 5 months, 5 incidents of getting sick, I, that, it's an unfortunate situation. I just hope now he's in peace. I do really appreciate how close the community is. It is. And it's crazy. This little silly company, VeVe, right? I joked about this, but it's brought us together, and where we never would have thought this was happen. So no matter what happens to our digital collectibles or whatever, this is quite an interesting thing that happened in my life. I mean, it's absolutely changed my life. And so it's good to know that there's a community out there. Yeah, Grass saying, I really have been feeling hopeless because if I lose my home, I have nowhere to go. I'm extremely terrified to lose my home. It's all I got. Um, I'm trying to think, Grass. You're in New York. Are you in New York? I know I helped somebody else out there. There are things that some support and assistance, and in your situation, um, I know a home is really everything, but if that's going to happen, there are things that can help you, especially if you have a disability like you being, I think you're fully blind, or you're considered blind, uh, fully blind. There's going to be assistance out there for you. So, and I can go look that up later. But you got to let me know. You don't have to put it out here. Maybe DM me, and I'll do a little research for you, to see if we can, see if there's some government assistance for you. But please, please do not give up. I know having your house, I don't know if you own it, you rent it, to lose something like that, and everything you're going through would be absolutely terrifying. I can't say that I completely know that situation, but just know you've got people here, and please do reach out to me, and I'll try to do what I can. Definitely. New tactics. Good to see you. Hi, fam. Shout out to all who tried to reach out to get in contact. It was hundreds, honestly, to Wayne before this happened, sending strength to his friends and loved ones. Absolutely. And thank you for that. Yep, 100. Let's see. We don't call ourselves the fam for nothing. It's true. It's true. Digital Toys with Tommy. Good to see you. Since I've been on VeVe, I lost my mother, my dog. Oh my Lord. Two of my best friends. Oh, to suicide. And your daughter's paralyzed from the chest down. Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. That is, the VV space and community made it easier. I mean, wow, that makes me sad. I don't know how old you are. I still have my parents. I worry about it every day and knock on wood. Like, are they going to be here tomorrow? Am I going to get that call? But to lose friends and your daughter, I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, the community is here for everyone. Community is here for everyone for sure. One huge problem is people try to avoid ordinary misery at all costs, when they really should lean into it to create resilience. Yeah, I mean, especially these days, people don't want, like, and this is one of the problems with like my son or children. We try to shield them from it, right? And I get in kind of fights with the Cobra, my wife, about it. I think we shield people from the realities of life, which can absolutely be miserable. Even for ones who maybe grew up with a silver spoon. There's everyone has their problems. Um, and shielding our kids may not be the best thing, but the key right now is just, if there's somebody out there who is depressed, or you're feeling they are, just reach out, and don't just do it once. Keep on them, and just let them know you're there for them. By the way, I know we've got the drop, 2 minutes to the drop here, just real quick, and then I'll get back to chat. We're going to get the pod races. I mean, they actually look pretty cool. I'll go ahead and play this video here, so we can take a look at it. They are slightly animated. 29.99. If you get at 3, they could be doubles or whatever, you're going to get that the arena diorama for free, and each one of these do come with a base. So remember that, but remember that the diorama or scene is only for store purchased items. But these do look pretty cool. I might just try to get one in the market. Again, my jemmies are so down. I don't know if we're getting something big on Saturday or Sunday for the 25th. So I need to preserve, and we got a good comic tomorrow and a good comic Thursday. So, man, I got to get some sales going on here. Let me get back to chat here. Graz, very sorry to hear that. How can we help? Maybe can we do a fundraiser of some sort? Yeah, Denny OC, let's do what we can. Graz, I'm in a similar situation. It's my daughter that keeps me going. Duck and cover. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we think, you know, everyone's in a good position, or we see them out there. We think everything's okay, and it may not. I mean, I've definitely had my struggles, and just seeing here, we've got multiple people that are having some struggles. Sorry, I'm just gonna pause this and go back up here. But it's kind of good to talk it out, and I'm glad, Duck and Cover, you're letting us know, and sorry about that. And I'm here for you. I'm here for everyone too. Again, a lot of these situations are temporary, and a lot of times they are financially connected, which is the worst part. So there's a lot that we could do for people. Some people died on the day they were born. That is correct. That is correct. I really appreciate it. I really do need some help for sure. Mentally, I'm in bad shape. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know why I thought you were in Florida. Florida. I mean, Florida has a lot of good programs. Um, and here's another thing. Don't be ashamed if you've got to take assistance from the government, especially if you're disabled or whatever. You're just running through a bad time. I know a lot of people like to poo-poo that, or but if you're in a really bad place, that's what it's there for. It's a safety net, and if that can save you a lot of headaches and stuff, it's definitely worth it. Probably a lot of like paperwork and stuff, but yeah, I will check in to see what can be done. And like I said, just DM me, and when I'm done here, I'll see what I can do. See if I can figure out some situations uh in Florida that might be able to help you. Sean, I don't have a solution, but I can send positive vibrations. You just have to acknowledge them when you feel it. And here's the other thing, I'm I don't like talking about my medication. I am on an antidepressant. I've been on one for 21 years. And I've just found that if I don't take it, I'm on a low dosage, but if I don't take it, I can spiral. And so, Sean, yeah, I know a lot of people are resistant to taking medication. They might feel it's weak or whatever. I would say not getting help is the weak part. And also, they're a therapist. You may not, I don't love medication. I think you're much better off if you can stay off of medication, but temporary, or if you have to be on it like I do. But definitely getting help, getting somebody to talk to. What's nice now is there's therapists and psychologists, and insurance covers it. You could do it from your home, so you don't have to go somewhere. And GRAS, I would suggest that maybe duck and cover. There's been times where I've resisted it and then I did it and it really helped. Even just a couple sessions. I know it can be expensive, but if you have insurance, it should cover that. And if you don't, there's ways to get that. Um, Let's see here. Sean's saying, I have a caseworker and she's been trying to apply for every possible assistance program, and I've been denied by all. I'm gonna have to figure out like your eyesight issue, because if you're blind, that's one of the easier ones to be able to get help with. Even if you're, not fully blind, if you're essentially blind. Um, there's help out there. Promise you there's help out there. Free, good to see you, man. How are you doing? Thank you for your military service. Morning. Not going today, just listening in, spending my money. LO, pick up some in the market. Yeah, if there are. I don't know if they're going to be in the market either. Let's go ahead and give you your jingle with Sailor. So good to see you, Free. We're just talking about a bad situation that happened yesterday. And I'm sure we'll get caught up, chilling and vibing. I'm kind of chilling and vibing. I'm not chilling or vibing right now, but it's good to see you, Leary. I hope you're doing okay. Newen touched all of us, and it's heartbreaking to lose him. And if any of you ever need anything, I'm here. Thank you, Fromy. You're a good guy. There's a lot of good people out there. Again, I just, even to the fudders and everyone was helping last night. I mean, some of the people that have blocked each other or whatever, there was a lot of help out there. And so that makes me happy. That makes me feel like there's hope for the fudders and the moon boys to get together another time, and good times. But it was really nice to see people helping. And that's what it was all about. This is a good space right now. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. And again, if anyone out there is depressed right now, let us know. I'm not going to hold back on issues I've had, because I want people to come out and just let us know. Speak your mind. Since I've been on here, I've lost my father and my beautiful son. Oh, and God, losing your dog and your father. You all helped me through it. I'm glad we were able to do that. Again, I still have my parents here, but honestly, lately I've been fearful every freaking day about that. And it's gonna, it happens to everyone. And then of course our dogs, our friends, our confidants that are there every day and don't yell at you. Maybe they poop in the house a little bit. At least mine do. But dogs are just great. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a beautiful dog too, the Siberian Huskies. Hopefully we can get your situation fixed and get you another pet. I know that can be difficult with housing, but since you're legally blind, you can actually, maybe even get a service dog or something that can help, and you can't be denied that. Let's see here. Yeah, that's horrible on that. I did not realize that you had lost your dog, but how old is Sailor? How old did you just get her or him? I mean, yeah, I'm on BB, but it's my only form of entertainment. To be honest, I definitely have taken some serious losses. Let's see. Sold all my Star Wars hits last week for Blackpink before they are burnt. That is true. Pusky, good to see you. A member of the channel. Yeah, that's true. There is the Blackpink stuff. Remember, it's gonna burn. Let's see. It was yesterday. I think Wednesday. I'll have to get that date. You are and got the base. Let's go. Congrats on that. Wait, you got the ultra rares. So there was were there 2 ultra rares? Okay, so yeah, there were 2 of the ultra rares, right? Because this is, yeah, and the base. So 1,019 of these. So if not many are bought, just to tell you, is there a burn quickly? It's still a year. I swear I thought there was something that didn't burn. That's for the craft. Oh, the base crafting is 1 year. God, I thought there was something that was getting burned quickly on Star Wars. I like the pit droid. Let me know what you got in there. Let's see. I never had medication, but when I lost my vision, I'm on multiple medications, unfortunately. Yeah, it's best if you could do life without it, but sometimes you need immediate help. And whether you change your diet or whatever, that can be very helpful. I think that's usually not suggested these days because a lot of people won't do it. So it's easy to give a pill. But don't consider it weak to take a pill if you have to what I'd say antidepressants are. It's not a happy pill. It's a subtraction pill where it kind of gets rid of that pit in your stomach or your sternum where you feel there's just that bad overall feeling just running all the time. It takes that away. So it's not a happy pill, but it kind of takes it away. Yes, sometimes it can make you numb or tired or whatever, but sometimes you just need that to get to that next place. What helped me was just getting out in nature. Yeah, you're out there camping, beautiful. And I still want to help you with your channel. He's out there going all over the country with his dog and his little camper stomper, and I do think that would be like a beautiful place to be, a good mental place to be out in nature for sure. Lexi Evans got the ultra rare 442 and rare 1810. Congrats on that. Now, if you get one more, I'm not suggesting, this is not financial advice. If you get one more, you will get this, but you got to spend that 90. You're going to get the Grand Arena. So because these get burned in a year, I don't know, if you have to rush that. But keep that in mind. For sure. All right, let me remove that, put this back on. And I apologize for not having much on the show today. So we're just going to talk. Good morning, Video Shane. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing okay. Definitely check his content out, his McFarlane content. Oh, you know what? I do have a giveaway. Okay, good, Graz. All right. I will check it out when I'm done and, see what I can do. Let's go ahead and, I was gonna snipe them, or I don't know if I even feel like it. Let's see. Let me do the giveaway tool. Let me go pull that up. StreamYard giveaway tool. And let's go ahead and do the giveaway. Maybe we can get something happy in here. If I can find it, where is it? Is this it? All right, perfect. All right. We'll just see. We'll do this. We'll do all right. Let's go ahead. Remember, if you won the past 30 days, you cannot win. This is supported, I should say. This giveaway is supported by VeVe. It is not sponsored by YouTube. If you need all the rules, you'll find them in the description, the YouTube description. So check that out. No purchase necessary. Take a look at this, and then we'll start the giveaway.
It's time to join the VeVe Digital Collectible Giveaway. If you haven't won in the last 30 days, this is your chance to wrap something amazing. Don't miss out. Good luck.
All right, there you go. Hashtag pit. Get those in there. Good luck to everyone on that. All right. Okay. So duck and cover. I'm bipolar and take meds every day, but if I miss it for a couple days, I just don't want to take it, and it can get bad fast. But I know people have it way worse than me, so I don't just like to moan. I mean, it's definitely difficult. My ex was bipolar. I think. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but as you get older with it, especially for taking your medication, it really does get better. But it's difficult. It's just another, like I said, I've got my own mental illness. It's another form right there. And, you know, it's got to be hard. I know with bipolar disorder, you have your high highs and but you get really low lows. If you go through a manic period, that's what the medication's for, is to kind of even things out so you don't have high highs and low lows, kind of make it as even. But it's hard. Taking medication um can be very difficult in those situations, because even I have been where I've forgotten to take my antidepressant, and I've gone like a couple weeks without doing it. And then you start thinking, okay, I'm feeling okay, and you maybe not get the fatigue from taking it. But then I always found that if I did that and I got triggered into being depressed, it was horrible. And so that's why I just try to keep on it and try to take it. And I actually just got put on a new one. Mm. I hadn't changed it in over 10 years, and they changed it, and it made me so exhausted. It's made me horribly exhausted, which I already have a sleeping disorder. Um, but I'm still taking it. And you know what? I'll go to the doctor if I need to change it. But yeah. But thank you for sharing that, because I know that can't be easy to share that. I'm a very private person, so I don't really like sharing any of my shit. Um, but if it's going to help one person, then it's absolutely worth it. But by the way, everyone, if we can send some love to Graz in the chat, I know we're putting hashtags in there, so hashtag pit, but maybe just send them a heart in chat. Maybe just give a heart for Graz and for duck and cover, and for anyone else out there who's just not feeling good today or this month or whatever. We're here for you. The biggest bro, good to see you, man. Much love, everyone. I'm sad about our guy, but very proud of this community rallying, trying to help him. I mean, it was crazy how many people, everyone, everyone came out at, um, even like Superstar Money, and everyone was reaching out to everyone, and going back and checking to see if they had interaction with him, and you know address and phone numbers. I mean, everything got put together. It was an everyone type thing here, and it was so cool to see it. Obviously the ending result, very sad, but like I said, we can make something good out of this. And I think some of the creators out there are going to try to put something together. um you know I'll help out where I can. I just don't want to like engagement from, I don't know like who's going to end up doing it, but it will all get figured out, and we can do something maybe for his family, maybe for mental illness. We just got to do something, to make it worth it. Sailor's 8 years old. The cute dog, though, doesn't look that old. I've had him now for over 7 years. Wow, I didn't realize that. Good looking dog. Let's see, Gracie, and I hope everyone out there is having a good day. If anybody's in a tough situation and you want to talk, please reach out to me. And he's going to be a good person, because if he's going through a little bit or a lot of it right now, it sounds like Sean's the person to talk to. And like I said, sometimes just talking it through with somebody really makes a difference. You wouldn't think it. I've been resistant. I remember like 13 years ago, whenever I was going through a really bad situation, like literally like 4 different things hit at the same time, really bad. I'm not going to go through them all. One was losing my dog, and a custody situation. There were 2 other really bad things, and it was like hopeless, absolutely hopeless. But it took 6 months for me to realize I needed to really go talk to somebody. And then I talked to somebody, and I started getting out of that just shell that I put myself in. So the sooner you get help, the closer you'll get to the light. Maybe you're a religious person. If you are, you can always reach out in that way. If you're not, there's other avenues, or you could do both. You can definitely do both. Pulls 501 ultra rare. You gotta be kidding me, Rewind. Congrats on that, dude. That's pretty. I hate you, but I'm gonna give you the winner today. I'm gonna be positive today. That's a big, big win. Wow. Good for you, man. That is that is a great pull. Yeah, seriously. Seriously, we hate you. Hey, what's up, O'Milly? Sorry, I'm going slow through this chat, just trying to get to everyone. And again, if you are, and we do have this giveaway, we'll pull this in a second here. Please let us know. Talk and chat. This is a good place to talk. Like I said, I'm putting myself out there. So put yourself out there. Definitely. Yeah. Congrats, Rewind. It was so good to see everyone come together. Lots of love to everyone for sure. All right, here we go. Now we can get, now I'm seeing all the pits. Hashtag pit. Get it in there. I'm getting caught up here, everyone. I apologize. Majin, appreciate the stream BE. I know it's a tough morning for the community, but a space like this is able to express yourself and hear other stories help out. Yeah, like that's what I really want to do is if we can help somebody else out or just talk this through. Great. That's what it's about. Hey Troy, good to see you. Digital Verse, good to see you. I died twice on a life flight helicopter. I did not know that. You know, he was in the military. They brought me back, and now I'm living a great life. Things to do better, grass. So I did not know that. Free never. Well, I mean, we talked about a lot. We haven't talked about that though. So I did not know that. I know you were in the military and dealt with some crazy stuff there. But we're glad to have you, and you're a good guy. So yeah, let's see, new tactics. Let's see, love to all those who need it. Remember, there are people out there willing to support and listen, including myself. And that's the thing here, everyone. Like, that is the thing. Like, there were so many people that came out that you wouldn't have thought. Nobody wants to see a VeVe fam get hurt. I wouldn't even want to see the people that I don't like get hurt. Let's put it that way. Like, you know, a lot of this is just, it means digital collectibles and all this other stuff really is nothing compared to life. And that's the important thing here, to know that you've got somebody. There are more than one, you know, person here. Even if you don't know people that well, there are people that will help you here, Free, I know a dude who died on the table, and since then he's freaking bulletproof, not scared of either life or death. Change everything for him. Yeah, you know what, that would make a big difference. If you go through something big and you come out of it, you're going to be super strong. Legends, good morning. Good to see you, man. Prem PV, good to see you. Ank is there. Jimbo Lee Lingo, good to see you. Love and peace for all. Thank you, Master Lingo. Good to have you here. Sour D, VeVe Manager, Simon, I've seen all the people. Batman Who Laughs, just trying to call out all the people here. Jeff's in the house. Because of my vision issue, I had made a lot of mistakes listing items on the market. It cost me big time because it does mistakes. I don't have eyesight issues, and I did that. Like, I think a lot of people just, when you're doing the market, you're trying to act fast, and but I know you had some situations where you had some pretty big losses. I did too. A lot of people have that. I think it's gotten better in the market. We kind of learned just to take things a little slower, triple check prices and stuff. But I know that that had been an issue and fairly recently. All right, let's go ahead and roll the roll this. Just remember, if you won in the last 30 days, just be honest about it. Otherwise, let's get a new person. Last chance here. I'm gonna go draw 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got 42 entries. All right, good luck, everyone. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be the winner? I hope it's somebody new. If it's you, O'Milly, I'm gonna be mad because you've already won. It's gonna be O'Milly, isn't it? It is. No way. I had this feeling in my gut that he was gonna win. How come I've never won on yours? I mean, I guess I have to watch them. You got to be effing kidding me. Congrats on that, O'Milly. That kind of seems fixed. It was not fixed. I just had this feeling that he was going to freaking win. I kind of hate you, O'Milly, but today I'm not in a hateful mood. No, I'm kind of hateful right now. Congrats on that, O'Milly. You know who to reach out to. Go reach out to my collectibles and go get your collect, whatever you're going to get. That's crazy. I'm going to stop talking during these scenes because maybe I'm like, I don't know what just happened there. That's freaking nuts. That's nuts. All right, let's see. Yesterday I landed Mint 21 Black Trooper helmet. So close. Man, that's still really good. Rewind 2001. My heart goes out to the family. My pool is secondary on a day like today. Absolutely. Absolutely. This craft is weird. Can you craft with 3 Yes. If you buy 3 in the market, you can craft. So this is, I'll pull this back because this is what they did. Any 3 that are store purchased, you can get the craft. So if you already bought 2, you might just consider getting 1 more to get this because it's going to cost it's going to cost you $90 to mint this Grand Arena. So it's going to have value. But they don't burn for a while, but it's certainly a good play. And if you get the pit boss, you'll probably do okay. I don't know if you're going to break even, if you want to make profit. I don't know how that's going to work. All right, let's get caught up here. Free, it did change me, Duck. Yeah, definitely going. I didn't realize that you had gone through dying in a situation, then bringing you back. This happens a lot where they did clear somebody dead and then they are able to bring them back. Everyone who is in need, reach out. Do not be afraid to ask for help. I know. And the problem is most people are, they feel the way it's gotten better from when I was younger, people being, you know, fearful to talk about mental illness. It's gotten better. I know Kobe collects. A lot of people know he's done some fundraisers for NAMI, for mental illness awareness, and that's a good organization out there. But a lot of people just do not get help because they're afraid it makes them look weak or whatever. Fuck that. Mental illness is a sickness just like anything else. It's a chemical imbalance. It's not something you can will away. It's going to stick. Now, do you have to take medication? Not necessarily. You can, but it usually takes some type of outside action, therapy, whatever. If you're against medicine, great, just get therapy, talk to people. There are people that can help you walk you through it. But if you're in a really bad place, I'm telling you, if you got that pit in your stomach, in your sternum, like right here, you know my medication can help, take that away from me so I don't get that, or so I'm not triggered so easily, because there were things that triggered me into depression very easily. I'm not going to talk about them publicly. But yes, it definitely helps. Much love, Chombo Fett. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing okay. Great content. Same with you, Delco dude. Good luck, everyone. We did it. We already did it. Let's see. I've been asking VeVe to make the app for visually impaired. They at least added a zoom in feature, which helps big time. What other features would you want, Graz? Let us know. So maybe we can help fight for that. Graz, what's your name on VeVe? If I see any of yours, I'll pick them up quick and get it back to you. Well, that's nice. Wow. Congratulations, Neo Tactics. I cannot believe you won. Yeah, I definitely had some tough times over the last little bit, and you all have been beyond kind and supportive. So again, thank you. Yeah, and I remember you having your pet. You were having some issues with your pets, and that's the worst. We all love our pets, especially when everyone else in the world yells at us or bothers us. Our dogs and cats never do. Much love. Crazy. Crazy, O'Milly. Crazy. What the F? With the call. Go. I'm so far behind. Yeah, paper. He's just gonna get it and give it away. Congrats, O'Milly. He's won twice on my show now. I have not won once. Now, again, it does help to show up, but he doesn't show up all the time in my chat. Certainly, he's probably better at it than me, but come on. Why can't you spoke it into existence for me? Hey, look, you deserve it. You are a grinder out there with your spaces from morning till night. I'm exhausted seeing all your themes pop up. I try to share everything, and they'll be like, he'll have another one like, here's an intro to the next space from somebody else up, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't keep up with it. But it's good. Got Grand Arena 295. Very cool. Akash, let's see. I was sleeping. It was night here in my country when all this happened, but seriously, it was devastating to hear about Wayne. He was so energetic, jolly, and positive altogether. Absolutely. And funny, and just seemed like a good guy. I know a lot of people have talked to him, met with him. I think even at the top of the company, so well known. And like I said, just looking at his most recent post, super excited that he got a 12th Superman, and just what looked like things that were positive, and yet because that was he said in the past 4 days he wasn't feeling good. That was within the past 4 days. So again, there's a situation where you see something, you think somebody is in a good place, and you just never know. We try to have our happy moments and stuff, and sometimes that skews the way people view where we're at. I could do anything from here, but I really feel proud of this community and the efforts of every single person. Wish he could have been saved. Yeah, a lot of people do, but don't even worry about it. Look, we got people all over the world in this community, and people reached out, and just having your support is big, and so we appreciate that. Let's see. Kobe's an absolute boss. He really is. A lot of times too, though, the medication themselves induce such dark thoughts almost by design. Well, I don't want to discourage people from taking medication, because it's helped me. Mostly for me, the medication just makes me tired. But there's some that just don't work for you and can be a bad situation. But I want to encourage people to get help and not be afraid of medicine. Um, but there are ways, if you don't want to do medicine. Medicine does not always have to be the way to go. Of course, eating healthy, um, cutting out sugars and stuff like that. It's very difficult to do that. So sometimes a pill for even a short period of time to get you out of that, to get your diet back in place, and get some mental health exercise through like a therapist or a psychologist. It's important. But yes, you got to there's a lot of stuff out there, and you got to try different stuff. But there's medicines that have been out for you know 70 years that work really well. Graz on VeVe. Okay, there you go. That's Graz. Cool. Thanks, everyone. Much love. Let's see. I'm an atheist, but I still strongly believe that death is not an ending, but a transformation. And you can still be an atheist and be spiritual. You can do prayers for people. So, absolutely. I finally got caught up here at the end. Let's see here. Yeah, we're all caught up there. All right. So, what time is it? 10:27. We're all still here. Let me just check something real quick. I apologize that we have not done too much here. I'm gonna go look at the market real quick. I was gonna try to snipe, but let's just see. I want to go see what these are at. By the way, those helmets yesterday did pretty well. I mean, I spent too much money. I ended up buying 775, which of course May 77, but I spent 50, and I got a bunch of other ones I got to sell, try to get my jemmies back. Looks like that arena's at 24. People are selling the bases, which I find weird. Anakin Podracers at 24, $15. Let's see. I can't even pronounce it. Sebulbas. I can't ever say it. I can't say any of these names. $27. So between those and the base, it looks like you're maybe breaking even. If you get the Ultra, those are doing okay. There's only 3 on the market though. For let's see, a little bit more than 4. There is 44.5, which I kind of like. It's a good mint, but it's $37 for that one. And of course, he got the base also. So yeah, not much. There's not going to be much to snipe in the market. I don't know how many were actually sold. I was very interested in that helmet yesterday. 243 on the market. Let me check here. Latest listings. All right. I've got some low mints. I really got to get some of these sold. 2345. I've got 2345 up for 19.99. Does anyone want to buy that? Make me a deal. I might make you a deal if you want to buy it. All right, let's get back to chat. Thanks everyone, much love. All right, hey Troy, I love to live so much. I can't believe some people are depressed and some don't want to live. That's so sad. It's hard, like it is hard to understand, but it's important like for you to understand, and I'm not saying you're bad or anything, that it's not a weakness. It's literally a chemical imbalance for people. You get into a depression, your body just does weird things. And yeah, like I agree. When I'm happy and life is good, I want to live. But there are just some people, what happens is that imbalance happens and they can't snap out of it. Like, because everyone gets some depression. Oh, I did bad on that test, or I didn't get the house, or I didn't get that job I wanted, or I didn't get the raise, and those will put you in a day depression. But there's some people that cannot snap out of it really quickly and see those bright days, and it's a lot of people. It's a lot more people than you would think. But it's good that you don't have to suffer through it for sure. Kryptoni, good to see you, man. He was the one posing collectibles with his food, right? That's right. I'm behind. I've talked to this guy on X. Yeah, he's also Wayne was the guy who gave away the partner statue for that $1 because he had, at that point just survived. He had said a life and death situation. Yeah, has the daughter. He just did the Superman with a bowl of noodles, and really fun, good guy. Yes, that was it. Wow, yeah, got 5 helmets with a 440 mint for 1569 gems total. Congrats on that. I almost went for that one. I saw you get that. Gosh, there's a term in my country called Ayurveda, which emphasis on living as close to nature. Yeah, they I used to sell supplements. And that I know that term. I probably didn't say it right. Nature is possible. And it's said since ancient times that nature-based diet can heal and cleanse anything. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. We Americans, and not everyone here is American, Duck and Cover isn't, we don't do as well on that. But I completely agree 95% of our health issues could be cured by diet. The problem is it's not easy. Like I just switched over to a low sodium diet, and just looking at how much crap and sodium I had, like at this point, I'm trying to just do my 100% daily, and then I'm going to cut that down. I mean, I was probably going 5, 6, 800,000% of my daily salt. And so changing those things, I already saw my blood pressure lower. It's not easy. But yes, I think diet can definitely affect us. But then again, when you're in a depression, sometimes food is your way out and it makes you feel good for 2 seconds. So, but yes, that is true. But really, thank you for talking about mental health and issues people do not talk about much, but it's necessary. So thank you, BE. Thank you for being a kind person to talk about. Yeah, I just know because I've dealt with it. And like I said, I really believe almost everyone has. Just some people don't get it diagnosed. Some people don't deal with it in their own way. And a lot of people can get through it on their own. But not everyone can. Let's see. I recently joined therapy group for mental health. I'm glad you did that. It's a big move, Graz, to do it and even to tell us. Like I said, I don't even like talking about myself, but if it's going to help somebody, it's worth it. It gets me out of the house a few days, a week. It's easy to isolate when I don't go to the meetings. Hey, I don't touch grass that much either. Like I'm bad. I've gone days where I do my streams in the basement, and I get tired a lot, so I'll go take naps, and then I got to work on the next stream, and I don't get out, or I go out to go pick up my son, and that was it. So it is good to get out of the house, especially some vitamin D. If you're feeling depressed, go out for a walk. It really can help. But yeah, that's obviously harder in your situation, Grass, but I'm glad to hear that you're getting help for that, because that is going to really help right now. And again, everyone send some love to Graz. He's going through a little bit of a period now, an issue with his house, and he's also legally blind. So he kind of reached out here. So I'm glad you did that, Graz. And I will get to your DM when I'm done here. Appreciate the small victories as well, like when you pull straight into a gas pump without waiting. Right? You do have to celebrate that. That is true. Don't really talk about it, but when I went on that helicopter because of PTSD, it was my own choosing. Was having horrible panic attacks, but I found a good therapist finally. She changed everything. Thank you for sharing that, Free. I mean, being in the military, and I was not, and there are plenty from me, it was in the military, and there's probably other people I don't know about. We cannot understand that PTSD and the stuff that you've gone through. But panic attacks, I've gotten them very rarely, but I have, and they're the real deal. Especially if you think you're having like a heart attack or something. But a therapist can calm you down, can just like bring you back to reality. And that's the most important thing. And like I said, so don't resist getting help. Don't resist medication. If you're against medication, cool. There are ways to deal with things without taking medication. But if you're in a really bad place, medication can sometimes take you out of that, take that pit out of your stomach, and it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. But usually therapy is something that you should stick to. Chat's heavy today. Much love, everyone. I'll see you next time. Thanks, Pusky, for dropping by. Appreciate it. And I believe in die. Yes, he's definitely, and you're a good cook too. So if anyone feels like they have nowhere to turn, I can be here for you. Just reach out to me. I can help you. I've been there. I care about everyone on the stream. And, Graz has reached out to me. I'm going to try to help him out. He really is having a difficult time in Fort Lauderdale. So if anyone has any contacts or something that we can help him with, but at least just to know that he's got some people here for him. Sean, gotta get out, man. Spending days and weeks alone is so bad for the spirit. So good for you to get out. Even just playing games with other people or whatever. We got to get you into something like that. I had perfect vision my life, but when I turned 43, I lost it in 3 months. That was 9 years ago. Oh, you're older than me? Really? I didn't realize you were a little bit older. We're all about the same age. That was 9 years ago. I still have a hard time accepting it. I can't say that you could ever get over that. Losing your eyesight. My mom has a friend who's legally blind her whole life. I don't remember what caused it, but it's different where you've had your eyesight and then you lose it. That's very difficult. And I don't know if I could totally ever get over that, but there can still be joy in life. You can find joy in life. And I've seen that. The guy who does that echolocation thing, who's completely blind, who he does that clicking to kind of see, and he can form shapes in his brain by doing that. I'm not saying that makes up for it, because it's got to be hard to have been able to see and then not see. That's got to be probably one of the hardest things. So I feel for you. And we're gonna, I'm glad you're getting help, though. I'm glad you're getting help. But there's got to be some program out there that can help you. I know you said you had a social worker, but we might have to dig a little deeper. I'm not into all this touchy-feely stuff, so I'm knocking off. Later, everyone. I hope you all feel better. See you next time. Hey, no problem, Troy. I think this was needed, but I completely get it. No worries about it. It's not a fun subject, so I get it. This community is the ish. You guys all rule. 55 of us in here. Can we get them likes up? I don't care about I don't care. I don't care about any of that stuff today. I didn't even look at the poll. I don't care about likes or any of that bullshit. It's all just bullshit today. You don't have to do anything. I just want to, show our love for Graz and anyone out there feeling bad. I appreciate the stream. I'm actually sitting here in tears. I'm glad that I just hope, just know that we're here. And maybe you'll go through a bunch of emotions today. Just know we're here. There's no reason to do anything stupid or whatever. There is help, and there's immediate help you can get, especially in Florida. So just know we're here. I know it's not for everyone, but therapy dogs, or just a dog in general, can be very helpful in a lot of cases. Absolutely. Well, and in Sean's case, he might be able to get a dog that can actually help him out. I don't know if you've ever looked these dogs are like super expensive, but they have programs to get those dogs to people. I don't know if you ever looked into that, Graz. Again, I don't know your diagnosis. Obviously, these places have to have something that says you're legally blind and all of that, but there's help out there. We got to look into that. You are enough. Graz, do you have an aid dog? I don't think he does. Do you have an aid dog? I don't think he does now, especially with that. The big thing with dogs like that, especially in housing situations, they cannot deny you home, any of that because of that. Something us Monkos have coined through the art and life of David Cho. He coined many terms to help mental illness, like this one, "You are enough." Yeah, I've seen you say that before. I like it. Bill, now understanding the feelings, seeing someone close to me suffer with mental health and feeling helpless is providing help. My heart goes out to anyone suffering, especially those suffering in silence. And there's a lot of people that are suffering in silence. This convo is much more important than any digital item. If I can talk for years about profit, I can talk about this force a couple minutes, especially if it helps somebody completely. Let's see. Thank you for always doing streams, especially on days like this. I mean, this is really kind of the first time we've had to I think deal with something like this. We've had, I mean, we've talked about other people who've died of cancer, fuck cancer and all of that. And that's still sad. I kind of go back and try to remember those people that we've lost. It's very sad, but yeah, thank you for the stream. Facts, Kryptoni. I agree with games and being with others physically. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons with a small dedicated group for years. We had someone blind in our group, and it didn't slow us down at all. And that's the thing. That I'll tell you what's really good is about this digital age. Yeah, I know it's not the same. It's not the same as seeing somebody physically or whatever, but it can help to have a group of friends, even if they're not physically there, just forming those relationships. I'm not a person who likes a lot of friends. I'm not one of these people who says I've got 100 friends like my dad does, which of course, like most of them are just acquaintance or whatever. But having a few friends that you can talk to and stuff is very important. I met a girl because of my Siberian Husky. She was legally blind, so she got a friend and started walking my dog. It always made her so happy. That's a good story. Dungeon Dragon is theater of the mind 90% of the time. Anyways, reminds me to find a group soon. Oh, you should probably do an online version and stream it. Dogs are super expensive, especially when they need surgery. I spent close to 20,000 on my dog spine surgery. I have a friend, my friend Charlie, he has a Frenchie, and those dogs are so expensive. You got to get their nose fixed. It had the other day like hurt its neck. I mean, I think he spent over like $11,000. Dogs are not cheap. But in a situation like with Graz, they have help for that. So I figured you had a French. I knew it was like a bulldog or something like that because they have hip dysplasia. No insurance will cover it. Oh, trust me, I have very little friends in real life anymore that I associate with on a daily basis. This community, few others are where I get my human interaction almost about 90% of the time. Even me. Yes, I know I've got my wife, I've got my son, and I've got my group of friends and my parents, but I don't have as many friends as I used to have, and that's okay. I would rather have very close relationships with a few people, but it is important to have some people. I figured the Frenchie got to run. Cheers for the stream. Everyone was heavy but constructive legends. Hey, thanks for being here, and also thank you, Duck and Cover, for sharing your story because you do it, that might mean one other person will do it, or somebody will get help, or something like that. Jeff, I went through the same about 2 years ago, and then again with my cat. Yeah, I'm well over 50,000 in vet bills over the last 4 years. I agree, but would have spent it again. It's so hard. I lost my first dog. Was it 2012? It took me 7 years. 7 years to get another dog, and I'm like, I there was nothing I could do. I was actually out of town. It was horrible. So my parents had to put her down. But I'm like, I'm never going to go through this again. I want to have insurance. That way, if there is some crazy expensive bill, it will mostly be covered. And I don't have to say yes or no to it. Just do it. And then I can deal with it. But it's so hard. He's averaging 5,000 medical. Oh my God. They are so expensive, but they are cool dogs. It's hard. Yes, always get insurance. I think I paid like 30. I started at like 22 a month. I think I'm at like 34 bucks a month. And mine is a kind of designer dog. I rescued her, but I think it's a mini pincher and a Yorkie, but I think they're not that popular, so it's not like overbred. So I think they're still usually mixes like that do actually pretty well health wise. Without these streams and people interacting with my points of view, I'd be stuck in my head 99% of the days. Absolutely. That's even for me. I that's why I like VeVe. Never wanted to become a streamer, never thought I'd do this, but again, I'm just like one of you in the audience. It just happened to like get in front of the camera. Jeff, I'm sorry to hear that. It's tough, but honestly, it's always been worth the financial cost. That's what the Cobra says. She spent a lot on her last dog and unfortunately had cancer and wasn't able to help. I know very little about Dungeons and Dragons, would watch that for sure. See, look, they're digital vibes. Do it. And maybe Graz can join. And then Graz also, we got to figure out what would make the app easier for you. For sure. It took me 2 years to even get Social Security. I've been independent all my life. It's very hard to reach out for help for me. Yeah, but who cares? So you've got SSDI. We'll be able to take care of you. If you've got that, it's very difficult to get it because they don't want to give it out to people, especially if you're young, if you're 50 or 51. They don't like giving that out because they know you're going to have it the rest of your life. But that means there's hope, Graz, for sure. If you at least have that base SSDI, and never be ashamed to take help. Like, I know a lot of people like to make fun of it or whatever. Oh, people are on the dole or whatever. Somebody in your situation who has a medical situation like blindness. I mean, like blindness and having a missing limb is like the two things that they'll reward you much quicker. So, um, or SSI. I'm sorry. I don't qualify as I don't even know what's the difference. SSD. I guess I don't know what the difference is. I used to have an 80-pound chow, 80 pounds, and luckily no issues for the 13 years. Holy crap. I didn't know those dogs would get that big. That's a small dog. Delco dude, I know there's a D&D group in the VeVe Discord. I haven't checked it out yet myself, but if I get into it, I might live stream and bring guests. Do it. Graz, would you do that? Let's get you in there. Let's do it for Graz and for you. I never did Dungeons and Dragons. I had an uncle who did it back in the 70s, like way back when. Totally do it. Oh, I bet you'd get a ton more engagement than like we get on VeVe too. I minted Anakin's Podracer 723 and the base 380. What if you had minted the same base with that? That kind of would have been cool if they gave you the same mint. Not sure why they didn't do that. My dog, Gemma's diabetic. Not going to lie, the monthly expensive meds and diet are ridiculous. Yes, would definitely recommend pet insurance. It's just so hard because you're like, I don't want to pay it, right? Like, I just knew that was going to be part of having my dog. I have to do it, even if I can't eat. And there's been times where I was like, oh, maybe I should get rid of it. But yeah, only SSI. With SSDI, you can get a part-time and still keep your benefits. So SSDI is more permanent. They can get a part-time job and still keep your benefits. Okay, but you've got your medical taken care of though, right? You should be on, I don't know if there's some expansion Medicaid, or if you're on SSI, can't you get Medicare? Maybe not yet. Maybe you can't get that yet. But if you've at least got, I know it's not a lot of money. But if you have that and medical, then that is a good base to start off from. There's people that don't have any of that. And I'm not saying like that would be worth losing your sight for, but I think that there's definite hope, and we can help you out here for sure. Find something, let's see. It should have gave me a big red flag when I heard he put up his wallet for $1. I could have just talked to him. I think I really could have helped him. Super sad day for me. Yeah. I mean, I think he did that, and I even responded to him, and I think he just did it because he felt happy. I think he felt happy that he survived it. But then obviously in 20 days later, 15 days later, 16 days later, he's feeling really bad and sick. I mean, I had meningitis. And I remember I thought I had a migraine, and I went to the hospital. And I'm not trying to compare my situation. I'm just like, I understand the mentality. I was so sick. I couldn't move. I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. They wouldn't give me morphine. I was sitting in a gurney. It was the most uncomfortable thing at the hospital in the emergency room. And they wouldn't give me morphine because they had to do a spinal tap. They're like, oh, we'll do the spinal tap. You'll feel better. I was in so much pain. I was in that situation. If I died, I would have been happy. That's how much pain I was in. It's hard. And that was only 8 hours. So, it's hard to know what people are going through. But extreme pain can sometimes be like, it's so bad. You're like, I don't want to go through this anymore. So it's not the greatest example, but he obviously was through a lot of pain, diabetic. We don't know what it was, but his last one of his pictures showed him in the hospital after that, after he did that Walt statue. Spear Graz, I have the hardest time putting my pride aside to ask for help. I've been so independent most of my life, besides financially. I never asked for government for anything yet to date. And it's okay. But, let's see, I collected unemployment for about 3 months, 1 year, and that's it. But see, it's okay. Those things are there. I knew people in 2009, kind of drove me nuts because I was working and they were able to get like the government check for, oh my God, I think it was like 19 months or something. But you know what? People needed it to get by. People needed help during COVID. It was there. You can't be ashamed of it. You don't want people to take advantage of it. But if you need help, to reach out for help and sometimes take it, you do have to like just bite your lip and not worry about your pride and just get help. You got to worry about yourself. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting help. There's nothing wrong with if you need government assistance to get you to that next level, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as you're not abusing the system, I have no issue with that. If they gave you the same mint for the craft, then it would suck if you get a crap mint, which would be exactly what would happen to me. I get to maximum SSI, which is $9.40 a month. Yeah, but that's not a lot in Florida. But if you have that, you should be eligible for Section 8, but Section 8's got, I mean, I don't know much about Section 8 other than what I've read, and it's different everywhere. There could be a 2-3 year waiting list, but because in your situation, you might get expedited if you're having a situation. Okay, you do have Medicaid, thankfully. Okay, that is thankfully. It's not, I know people like to rag on it, but it's there for people who really need help. And I know he's blind, so. Okay, here you go. Free's giving us the definition here. SSI is Social Security insurance. SDI is Social Security Disability Insurance. I have SSDI. So how do you not have SSDI, Graz? And so SSDI is if you get disability insurance. Okay, I get it. So if Graz, let's say, was working for himself, then he'd only be eligible to get SSI. But if he was working and he had disability insurance, so if you were a gig worker or you did your own thing or you were out of work, you're not, at the time this happened, you're not going to be qualified for disability. Does the SSDI, so you can get more money, that's based off of how much you made, correct? Up to a certain amount. Yeah, I mean, $9.40 is certainly not a lot of money, but if you have your Medicaid, then you can put a lot of money towards that. We'll get this figured out, Graz. You at least have something. All right. You've got something there. You've got medical is the biggest thing. Like, I'm freaking out about medical for us. I mean, it's, if you don't qualify for any assistance or your job and you have, a family's thing, if you have 3 people or 15 people, it's the same price, right? And it can be very expensive. This is why I'm not going to get into my beliefs on insurance, but yeah, you will get this figured out, Sean. If you're getting SSI, you've already gone through so many hurdles that it should be pretty easy. So I'll talk to you off things, but there's certain things that you can get for free that maybe you're paying for that you shouldn't be. And I know some of those programs. So let's just get this figured out for you. So you have as much for your housing as possible. Thanks for the stream today. I lost both my parents while going through college. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. That's got to be so hard. I can relate to dealing with the trauma, depression, panic attacks that people experience in silence. See, I'm telling you, everyone deals with this in their own way. Some people get help, some people don't. Like I said, with my own mental illness, periods of time where I completely resisted. Those were the worst times, just like never leaving the house. Those are, I mean, I think I went through it was probably 6 months until I got help, but it was like 8 months until I finally snapped out of it. It took forever. Wish I could have milked the system more. Shut up, Tucson. This is not milking the system. You pay taxes, you have every right to get assistance. Exactly. It's there for you. Took government when she needed to. Ayn Rand took government. Look, if you got to get money, Well, it doesn't matter if they feed off of it. If we can get them a place, that's what matters. Once everyone has seen how the government wastes our money, don't feel bad for getting help. They go spend it on bullshit anyways. It should go to the people, especially somebody who's disabled. If you're blind, I feel like you definitely deserve help. In his situation, I have no problem if we help him the rest of his life. It kind of sucks because the SSDI, I guess I didn't realize that is where you can work with SSI. If you bring in too much income, you lose it, which completely sucks for a situation because at best he can get gig work being blind. I guess that's where crypto comes in. I mean, I like paying my taxes even on the few things that I sold on VeVe. I've done it, but like in your situation, if they're going to screw you like that, then maybe getting your crypto to pay for your food and gas. I mean, honestly, and you may already do it, and don't even be ashamed of this. You should be on food stamps, and maybe you are, but if you're not, you definitely need to go get that. You can even get it delivered. I believe, or get you Walmart. I'm pretty sure they do it, and we'll somehow raise money to get you that $100 a year so you can get it delivered for free. We'll figure it out, but we can get you help. Just read the regs before talking about it. The regs. Okay. I apologize to you, son. Let's see. My landlord currently hasn't installed the hot water tank that's sitting in the basement to give my brother running hot water upstairs since 2004. Landlords are pieces of shit. We just need to have Big A talk to them. I don't know why he hasn't done that. He legally should have to. Maybe you can put the money in escrow. It's really hard to withhold money. You're really going against the law with that, but you could sue him in small claims court. I mean, yeah, a lot of landlords can be bad. A lot of can be good. I know Big A, he charges less money because he has people he can trust and he takes care of them. But yeah, look, landlords can be pieces of crap too, for sure. Come to Canada, refugees get way more benefit than actual Canadians. Wow. Oh, that's good. I know more people gone than are still there. Let's see. I refuse to install it myself because I don't want the possibility of having something go wrong, and then it's my fault. Completely agree with that. You're absolutely right. Stop paying. I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't. It's bad. Water. Yeah, it's not. I completely agree. It's not a luxury. You can do rent abatement. That's actually probably true. I should look at that for you, Ronnie. It's too bad. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've got family there. I do have my cousin who's I don't think she's still mayor. Maybe she is still. I think she stopped being mayor out there in Orange. But that's crazy. Got to get that fixed. Last time my family stood our ground, the landlord sold the house without telling us, and we were forced to squat for a full year. Don't want to risk it. Find a new place. No money. Barely making ends meet as we speak. Have you heard any more, Ronnie, from Disney getting that job? I know you were looking at that. Can't find a local job. I can walk to currently. Yeah, he doesn't have a car. No car, no bike. You don't have your bike anymore, or did you stop biking? What happened to your? Did you just? I mean, I don't want to get into that whole thing, Ronnie, but you can DM me later. I got jobs without having a home. Just gave fake address. Restaurants don't care. Let's see. I used to work in a lot of restaurants and never really claimed tips and haven't paid much into Social Security. That's why I cannot get SSDI. Okay, fair enough. So you were doing that, but at least I mean, this is why we have safety nets. I'm glad you're able to have something. Again, you at least have a base. Tenants can be degenerative dirtbags too. That is true also. Prayers out to the fallen VeVe member. Thank you, Jay, and thank you for dropping by. Appreciate that. Research landlord retaliation. Let's see. LOL. Yeah, that gig is gone with a win. Damn it. That's BS. I get 1,500 in SSDI, but I also get military retirement and all my medical. It's paid for. But it took 5 years of going through crazy crap to get it. So don't stop. Keep going, Graz. Yeah, Graz, we're going to get you more help. I can't guarantee it, but there's got to be more help. get you a service dog, get you food, get you Section 8. Because Section 8, doesn't it like you got to cover 30%? I don't remember all. I mean, I don't even know why I know a little of this, but it's something like that. So you could definitely afford it. I know where you're at is expensive. Can you move a little bit further out? Like, can you go further out? You can get probably a better place, but I don't know in your situation. Size doesn't matter, right? Like maybe even a smaller place, like a studio, would actually be better for you. Kind of have everything right there instead of a bigger place. I mean, the size, I don't know like what you need, but you definitely need like a safe shower, something you can roll into, something like that. If a landlord retaliates, you can sue for that. It's easy. Research it. My bike frame cracked on me 1 week after I finished my last. You got to be kidding me. We had this place. New bike frame is a thought. Well, yeah, because you're a biker. Damn, that's expensive. We have this place called Bike Works in St. Louis, and they take old bikes and they refurbish them and they sell it to you. And then they use that money to buy bikes for kids in need. But I don't know if they have something like that. Judges usually know what bad people are. What state are you in, Ron? He's in Ohio. I get about $2.80 in food stamps per month, but food is so expensive. Catwoman Legacy Cow jumped up only 9 on the mark. You got to be kidding me. Graz, hold on a second. What's that thing I used to do? I don't do it anymore. There is an app. Hold on. I don't have my old phone. I used to make so much money on it. I got to find this for you. Let's see. Google, what is it? Google Play. What was it called? It was a rebate app. Ronnie, you might want to try this too. I've got, if I don't figure it out here, hold on. I'm going to do quick research for this. Rebate food app. Let's see if I can find this. Not Rakuten. I bought it. This is it. This is it. Okay, I'm pulling this up. Okay, Graz, check this out. And this is for everyone, honestly. Especially if you're struggling. So they've got, so get it on your app. Basically, what they'll do is I shop at Aldi, right? So I don't care about name brands. I really just don't care. But with something like this, with like Walmart, they're connected with Walmart. They'll give you money back. So if you buy certain items, they'll be like, if you try this, it's free. So you'll buy it and then they'll give you a rebate for it. So you can get, I think I did this for 2 years and I was getting like $1,500 a year. So Graz, you could get, like, you go in and you check their rebates and then they have like certain thresholds. You buy 5 things, use it, you'll get a bonus $2. You do these things, you'll get $10 bonus. You buy these 20 items, so you can kind of game the system and get $100 to $150 back a month on this. Submit your receipt. I think on Walmart, I just had it set up automatically. Then if you get up like on Walmart, buy the stuff there and have them deliver it to you. Because they have programs, and I think you can use your EBT on Amazon too. I don't know how that works on Ibotta, but check that out. Check that Ibotta out. It's definitely, I used to use it a lot just because I'm very good at like gaming those games. I did very well on it. I made it so I was making money usually. So yes. Let's see here. Got an electric bike. Get an electric bike for 6. Yeah, but he likes to work out. We can all let's see. We all can agree, and there really is no argument. If a person is struggling with housing and food and the necessities of life, they probably should be buying digital pod racers or recreational drugs. Oh, shouldn't be, I think is what. And the necessities of life, they probably shouldn't be, I think is what you're saying. Buying digital pod racers or recreational drugs, probably not. Probably not. But what I would say with that, well, first of all, I don't think you can actually buy. Well, no, I guess if you're getting cash, you could buy it. Like food stamps, you can't buy those things. But yes, but the occasional beer or whatever, if it gets them through depression or whatever, I guess I'm okay with that. Let's see. I was forced once to take a 400-mile bike ride on a $10 bike I got from the Salvation Army store through the mountains too. So you did it. Someone recommended me to donate plasma yesterday, which I hear you get paid to do. Yes, so there was a place in St. Louis that does that. Well, they have them in every city. But I heard a bad situation about, like, when they recycle the blood through you, like, they didn't do it right. Just check the places you're doing. But yeah, honestly, in your situation, every little bit's gonna help. So let's see. I don't let any needles in my skin unless it's a tattoo needle. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, plasma donating is desperate stuff. But like, if you're desperate, let's see. Problem with electric bikes is the part where you don't have to pedal. I love pedaling. You can pedal with them though. You can. Let's see. I quit drinking 6 years ago because I was a blackout drunk. Well, good for you for stopping that. That cheap bike tore up my posterior, though. The seat was awful. Yeah, the seats aren't very good on those. Some of those old cheaper bikes. But yeah, seriously, that I bought. I completely forgot about it. It's been years now since I've used it. And even you, Ronnie, I think they even have like 7-Eleven on there. And so if you're gonna buy food, again, I usually don't buy name brands. I mean, there's certain foods I'll only eat name brands. So, but a lot of times they'll have try this for free. And that month they might have a good chaser, like 10 bucks free if you buy these 15 items. So, like I said, you can game the system. So you're getting your food for free, and then you're going to get a check at the end of the month or get the money deposited in your account. So you can turn that 280 into 400 or 420. So you have a little extra money there. Let's see. Congrats, Sean. I stopped 15 years ago. I punched everyone when I was drunk. I knew somebody like that, Kryptoni. He was in my fraternity. I also recently received you got a hernia. What kind of hernia is that? I can't even say that. Inguinal hernia. So that's not fun to think about. The 15,000 surgery I'll be buying after I get my money. Ugh. And sorry about that, Ronnie. That's a whole other thing. Oh, life. Am I right? Maybe you should get Medicaid. Get that surgery. Tony is such a nice guy. He is a nice guy. All right. What else is going on today? I know we've got the Star Wars. Tomorrow we've got let's see here. What do we got going on? Tomorrow we've got the comic. I'm gonna pull that up. We'll just take a quick look. It's 11 o'clock. I'm so tired. All right, we got X-Men number 5. I think this should do pretty well. I forgot, is this $10 or okay? So it's $6.99. There's 5,000 editions, which doesn't really matter. First appearance of Asteroid. I love that cover. So this one, and then I'm excited about the Thursday for the Hulk 449. So FA Thunderbolts, of course, the new Avengers. So that should be fun. Was that year 87 or 97? I can't even read that. I'm so blind. I mean, I really have bad eyes. I'm not blind, but I can't read what that says. Does that say 87? Anyways, that will be a good one. Now that, of course, I did not realize that's going to be 10 gems. Man, I'm going to have to think about that, especially if there's a Star Wars drop on Saturday. We don't have any updates on that, do we? Do we have any Star Wars drops this weekend? I'm taking a look here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I see. We do not have any updates on any drops for that. And then, of course, then we had the Podracers. So is today it? We're done with Star Wars? Really? I feel kind of sad that it's all over. I don't know. Let's see. Pass. All right. Let's see. All these grocery saves, good prices, and no food dyes. And they're also related to Trader Joe's. So if you think Trader Joe's is good, it's basically the same company. They actually have a lot of the same food. They just label it differently. Brown's still in jail. Let's see. I stopped drinking a decade or so ago. Couldn't deal with people punching me all the time. Yeah, I know you were saying that. I usually got hit too. The loud, smiley big guys in the room get no respect while drinking. You're max minting that? Is there a max mint on that? But I can take shots, bro. Oh, my Lord. I'm just kind of in a rut today. I don't know what's up. Is anyone else streaming on here? I don't know. I think I'm going to probably head out here in a second. I got to get ready for tomorrow's drop. I actually have some other work I got to do today. Let's take one look. Let's take one last look at the market. Let's go in the market and see what we got going on. 333 for that helmet yesterday. I mean, it didn't sell. A Pit Droid 165. There's 11 on the market. Wow. The arena's at 30. 27 for that. 34 for that one. Wow. The Stormtrooper helmets are definitely dropping in price. I may have played that wrong. I bought one too many. I've got a 2-digit I bought for 35. I might just sell it. Because I've got two. All right. I mean, the market, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in this market. So some good prices. That Goofy's holding the line. $25 for this. Wow. Really? Man, that's craziness. Seeing if there's any good mints. 405, no. 146. Wow. There's mine for $40, mint 92. Wapmas, there you are with that 44. You didn't even know. You owe me half. You owe me half of that. Let's see. This stream is all over the place today. Let's see. If I put 4 drinks in a room, they will probably get into 4 drunks in a room will probably get into a fight. If you put 4 stoners in a room, they will probably form a band. That is actually kind of true. The stream is all over the place. All of us mentally ill patients in here. It is kind of all over the place. Musicians are the worst drunks. I've recently stopped talking to a pothead buddy of mine. He's got full TDS. It is what it is. You guys will be friends again. It's just a short-term thing. The usual weirdos in chat. There you go. Me started calling me all the names in the blue team group arsenal, and I'm not political at all. Potheads are dangerous too, man. Not usually, but yeah, I guess you could get some that little straggler in there. That's all I am going to say, guys. Like, Holly actually seemed to care about people, but El Jeffy is out for himself. You're talking about Josh Hawley? He is out for himself, Ronnie El Jeffy. I don't know what's going on. Great. Let's see. Great therapy session, BE. You're actually doing a good service. I hope it helps somebody. I am going to get out of here because I want to go look into Graz and see what I could do over there. Plus, I got a lot of stuff to do. So I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be better, more prepared. I think Big A is going to be on. I'll do VeVe vs. Live on Wednesday, Thursday. And I'm hoping we don't have a drop this weekend, honestly. But then again, I want a Star Wars stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. And there's Jay trying to start crap. All right, everyone. I do appreciate it. If you are down or need help, please reach out to me or somebody. We'll get you help. We'll figure it out. We'll talk it out. But appreciate everyone coming in here and hanging out with me. Do something nice for somebody. Until tomorrow, I will see you. All right, everyone. I'm out of here. Peace. Have a good day.